You're listening to The Weekend Game Plan with Matthew Ross. Brought to you by Royal Ceramic, the consumer and contractor destination for incredible tile selection and much more. Visit royalceramic.com. The Weekend Game Plan on TSN 690.
.52 on TSN 690. It's Weekend Game Plan. I'm Matthew Ross. We're here till 9 o'clock. Play It Again radio show with Mitch Gallo coming up at 9 a.m. Just ahead of Habs breakfast in a few short minutes. Stu Cowan will join us from the Montreal Gazette and Hockey Inside Out. Where should Max Domi be slotted in? Text us 11690 with your thoughts and we'll read them out on the air. Let us get to our next guest.
Weekend Game Plan gets out into the community with Suburban Newspaper sports editor Mark Lidbetter and the Amateur Sports Report.
Sports at thesuburban.com is the email address for Mark or for this weekly segment or for the weekly newspaper. Mark, where do you want to start first? It looks like the pitch.
Yeah, we're going to be out on the pitch, thank goodness. The Premier League, the Soccer de Quebec, wasn't immune to the effect of COVID-19's pandemic. That caused the league to scramble to hold seasons for the men's and women's divisions this summer. But through teamwork, the PLSQ and Soccer Quebec were able to come up with the formula, and there will be play in 2020, starting today, actually. The women's division will launch their season, while the men will start on Saturday, August 1st. And fans can take in some women's action today as CS Fabros is going to host AS Blainville at Laval's Bois de Boulogne complex at 11:30 a.m. this morning. And the women's schedule will be a mini championship format over the next 3 weeks. 4 teams, Blainville, Fabros, CS Longueuil, and Ottawa South United, will play for positioning. Then on Saturday, August 15th, first will play second, third will play fourth in the Champions Day. And the reason is that the women's division usually wraps up by mid-August, as many of the players are committed to the NCAA, U Sports, and RSCQ teams. That's if there's seasons for them. Now, on the men's side, a shortened season is going to bring together 6 of the 9 teams to start on August 1st and end on October 3rd. So you'll have Blainville, Celtics de Haut-Richelieu, Fabros, Longueuil, Saint-Hubert, Ottawa South United all taking part. Also, though, due to the COVID-19 situation, Soccer Quebec will not penalize any clubs that have chosen to not participate in the 2020 season or withdraw teams from regional or provincial league play. And several clubs have taken advantage of that to withdraw from the AA circuits, the Elite Soccer League of Quebec, and the Premier League for health and financial reasons this summer. So hopefully next year it'll be back to normal, but there is soccer to be seen.
All right, there's no Alouettes season so far, but one Alouette's in the news.
Yeah, and usually at this time of the year, Alouette wide receiver B.J. Cunningham would be busy schooling opposing defensive backs. But unfortunately, with the CFL season still in limbo, that's not an option. But what is an option, and much to the delight of Cunningham, is the fact that he has time to be part of Project Playmaker. Now, this is a program started 2 summers back by his friend, a fellow wide receiver and former Ottawa Red Black, Scott McDonald. And McDonald is a local product and also a Loyola High School old boy who started Project Playmaker as a way to give back to the youth of the football community. Over the past 2 summers, McDonald, a member of the Grey Cup winning Red Blacks in 2017, has been helping youth football receivers improve their game skills. And now there are some 20 participants this summer from the age of 7 to 22 looking to kick in with better abilities. Now, the sessions take place at Westmount Park, Loyola Park, in NDG, and in Lachine, where the players not only work on footwork, speed work, and catching the ball, but the mental aspect of the game. And they've got a CFL pro like B.J. Cunningham leading the way for them.
All right, finally, Mark, on the ice, some news here.
Yeah, at the annual general meeting in June, the governing bodies of the Quebec Junior AAA Hockey League decided that they will play a full season starting September 11th, and there'll be a 48-game schedule. But should the Direction de la Santé publique du Québec issue another containment directive requiring the cessation of activities, postponed games could be moved to the end of the season, or the schedule could be pared down to a 44 or 36-game slate. Now, the 13-team circuit will be divided in two divisions. One 6-team division. The other division will have 7 organizations, including the West Island Shamrocks and Montreal Est. And the 6-team circuit will feature each team playing 34 divisional matches and 14 games against the other division, facing each opponent twice. Now, training camps are slated to start the second week of August. There'll be 4 preseason games to help in the selection process. And barring any interruption of the games, the playoffs should be underway the second week of March, and that would decide the Quebec representative to go to the Fred Page Cup, which is the Eastern Canadian Championship taking place in Hawkesbury in May. And that champion will move on to the National Junior A Championship, the Centennial Cup, which is still awaiting the announcement of a host city for this coming year. But, fingers crossed, some great hockey to be seen.
Sports@thesuburban.com, the email address for this weekly segment, or if you have a note for the weekly newspaper. Mark, where are you going to be today?
I'll probably be checking out that game at 11:30. Some good soccer action there, and I was also just reading about how the new Seattle hockey franchise has signed a partnership with the Egg Marketing Board. Yeah, they're both going to get to use the phrase "get cracking."
All right. Thank you, Mark.
Have a great week, guys.
It's Weekend Game Plan here on TSN 690. Up next, the lines are starting to take form. Can the Habs, who've been out with COVID, get up to speed in time for the 28th, which is the first exhibition game against Toronto? Habs Breakfast. Stu Cowan of the Montreal Gazette joins us next.